Oh, hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of The Strength of Thousands here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls.
There's a ghost in the machine. Well, things were a little off.
There was, I apparently I hadn't actually, I had it right, but something happened. It's fine. We hope everyone's doing well tonight.
On the Hallows Eve.
The most
The
hallowed
eve
of
of Hallows
eves.
Eve.
The second, the day of the year I'm at my second most powerful.
It is going to be an icy hellscape if you're in Winnipeg tomorrow, so have fun with that.
Delightful. I almost wish I was.
You'll get to see a whole bunch of children falling on their face while trick-or-treating. Assessed.
Only if they have irresponsible parents who don't make them wear boots with their costumes.
You'll get to see a bunch of children falling on their face while trick-or-treating. Anyway, announcements. Tomorrow night, Starfield. Something's happening on the channel. I'm playing a game.
Oh, you've already done the Terramorphs, though. You could have done the scariest quest in the game.
I'm good. I got the Xenos done. We're fine. Then on Wednesday, Wild Ambition. Oh boy, it's going to be a good time. I'm excited. Then Friday, Astral Calling. We're going to finish off the actually, we're going to probably finish off the entire arc that we're in right now this week and next
Oh,
week.
does that mean we'll level up?
Probably, yeah.
Has been a while.
Like we will finish it either this week or on the 24th. The 24th might be the boss battle week, and then we'll start the next arc in December.
Boss battle week. Ooh.
Then moving right along, on Saturday, Salt and Strategy, Baldur's Gate 3, Will, Matt, Chad, Calf playing Baldur's Gate 3. I'm playing a bard. Matt's playing Garl. Chad's playing the most PHB character I've ever seen him play, and which is a Tempest cleric, and they're just a dragonborn. And Calf is playing a druid.
Who's really discovering himself?
I discovered today through some testing, because I made a druid playthrough and I changed Will into a bard just so I could do some testing, that Enlarge works on druid in animal form.
Oh yes, it does.
So I'm going to be turning Calf into a big bear.
Also, we should get him really high up, turn him into a big bear, and then let him jump onto people.
Nah, he's got to do that with the owlbear. You gotta wait till he gets the owlbear form for that.
Oh, the owlbear form.
That's where the devastation occurs.
So we're going
that
to
owlbear from the top rope strat down.
Yeah.
And because I've taken I think the frenzy barbarian, and I found a ring that improves my throwing damage, Garl is going to be picking up every rock we can find and just, all right, I can't get to them in this round of combat. I'm just going to chuck a rock at him.
It's an owlbear with a steel chair.
From the tightrope.
But then on Sunday, of course, slowing things down a bit and getting a little bit cozy, we have Cozy Co-op.
Gotta get cozy in November.
We got Cozy Co-op. We got Will, Sarah, and Emily playing some Sun Haven.
Unwinding, chatting. We tend to just
Chill
and ramble on things for the most part.
It's a nice relaxing time.
Darn you, Sunhaven, and your need for me to have dialogue with the person I want to marry.
To give people context, in Sunhaven, in order to actually romance the people, you have to actually talk to them regularly and get through a number of different dialogue
there are
trees.
set dialogues, and they're random, so I could not get anything to progress for days on end.
Which, a little bit more realistic to real life, but also fucking annoying.
Also, there's a cat who's playing with a rainbow.
Yeah, our farm is just covered, by the way, with pets and animals, so it's
just like a real farm.
I was gonna say, isn't that how farms are supposed to be?
Yeah.
Well, true. My house is a PJ will appreciate this. It is very Issa coded. A la a pink cat house.
Oh boy.
Very happy with it.
Love that.
looks fuzzy.
Yeah. But yeah, Cozy Co-op on Sunday. And then, of course, every Monday, the Strength of Thousands AP. It's what you're watching right now.
Indeed.
So, Matt, why don't you tell us why they're watching this by introducing the lovely people we have on the stream, including yourself, because lovely person.
Yes, hello everyone. I am Matthew, our Urbanoff at various places on the internet. I am the GM for the Strength of Thousands adventure path that all these funny people are running through. I was going to say something else, but I didn't. Tonight I am playing the part of a bonfire from Dark Souls, the thing everyone loves to see.
Safe spot. Safe point.
And speaking of things people love to see, we got a hero in the chat tonight. 2 heroes, in fact. 3 if you believe teachers are heroes, and they are. And I'm not sure. I don't know enough about Will's character to comment on it, but I'm sure he's a good guy too.
They were well. The base of the costume is a merchant from an anime and light novel called *Descendants of a Bookworm*, which everyone should read and watch. So I have more people to talk about with it. It's an isekai with no isekai bullshit. She's just making books. Anyway.
All right. Well, we'll continue with your introduction then. You've explained who you are tonight. Why don't you explain who you specifically are and who you are playing?
Hello, I actually don't know who I am anymore, but I am William Banner, also known as Tabletop Rolls, here on the internet. Welcome, friends. Tonight I am playing Igara, Gamma, and Choco, the no longer known as Betrayer, but disappointed that there was not communication. Disappointed due to lack of communication between parties.
I mean, that just sounds like, real life relationship stuff that you work through. Communication is important. But back to my original segue, speaking of heroes, playing the part of Fat Gum tonight from My Hero Academia, we have Sarah. Why introduce yourself and your characters tonight?
Of course. Hi, everybody. I'm Sarah Margaret. I'm dressed up as Fat Gum. I'll take the Skinny Gum if you want to, but I take both. He's amazing as a hero. I love him so much. But I play Charlotte, the Anati toxicologist. And so is there anything else? I'm very tired today, so
But speaking of characters who might be tired because they've been, going at this for possibly 80 plus years because they were frozen in ice for a long time, we have Captain America tonight, played by PJ. Why introduce yourself and your character in the game tonight?
Well, that's my cue to put on my hoodie, which doubles as my mask, which looks like I'm about to do the world's worst 7-Eleven robbery. How's it going, everybody? My name is Captain America.
No cash on the premises.
And I like Slim Jims and breaking the law. Hey everyone, my actual name is PJ, formerly of Nat 20 Productions. I'll be up in your chat saying hello. I am playing Benji the Basenji, the good boy with the exploding cards. And I am looking forward to having like a couple hours of Halloween shenanigans. So let's get at it.
Can I just
already a villain point from a implacable lemon.
Nothing scarier than a villain point. Very appropriate for Halloween.
Cue the thunders.
Implacable Lemon was like, I see those heroes. I see that goofy ass hoodie. Spent.
You're so mean.
But last but not least, because teachers are some of the most hardworking people, even without dimension hopping, shrinking, transforming school buses and a pet lizard. We have McKenna. Who are you playing tonight, and who are you dressed as tonight? Oh, who are you wearing?
Oh, who am I wearing? I'm wearing AliExpress Cosplay Company. I am dressed up as Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus. And tonight you are playing Pathfinder with the Frizz. No way! Oh, cruising on down Main Street.
And that's a copyright.
My mom's a second grade teacher, so this was inevitable.
Hey, teachers more.
Yeah.
Remember, that is the overarching lesson of Breaking Bad. Pay teachers more.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
That's
pay them
true.
more, they don't make meth.
Yeah. Also, they, will get the healthcare that they need, which is, not as a big
My
deal,
mom
but
doesn't make meth. She also doesn't make enough money. But
Not yet.
I am positive she doesn't make meth. However, one small detraction, I had a friend whose dad was an English teacher for high school, specializing in Shakespeare, who had 3 Lexuses. And we're like, what drugs is he dealing on the side? Lexi? What drugs is he dealing on the side to afford 3 Lexi as an English teacher in Chantilly High School? We still, to this day, we don't know, and I don't think I want to learn.
A rich uncle who left them a mansion, which is a funny segue into possibly tonight's adventure. But we'll get to that in just a moment, because tonight's going to be a little different, everyone. But, well, why don't you go ahead and roll the slightly now not jiving with the vibe intro, but go ahead and roll it.
Doo-doo. What? We're back.
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Hello.
And welcome back. Oh, my stream is just still all dark. There we go.
Yeah,
It's
because
a couple seconds behind.
yeah.
Now, when we last left our adventurers, they were preparing to set out on a quest to locate a lost city in the jungle, which they had found a golden map to, with a few objectives in mind, including hunting down a rare magical plant necessary for a purification ritual. But tonight we're going to deviate a little bit, because it's a special time of year, a spooky time of year. So don't try and think about too much about the canonicity of this particular episode, where it fits in the timeline, and why certain things are the way they are. Just roll with it. This is the Halloween special. Maybe it's a dream. Who knows? We'll maybe determine that someday. But at the very top, remember, everyone, what is done in love is beyond good and evil. You all find yourselves having been dropped off, either magically or by a cart, the details aren't particularly important, at a seaside village, though it should be noted the village itself is on a slight bluff above kind of a beach area. It's still a good distance to the beach, and more impressively, off in the distance, a jagged cliff almost sort of rises out of the shoreline. It's very large. It's almost like a raised mesa in a way. And at the very top of it, from this distance even, you can see there is a kind of slightly crumbling tower and a bridge that connects 2 parts of the slope that leads up there, because there's a bit of a chasm in the middle. So there needs to be a bridge. Otherwise, you can't get to the top of the plateau. Now, usually, the coastline in the Miyagi Expanse would be almost a view of paradise in a way, because, you know, the climate is much warmer than a lot of people think. When you think of the coast, like you think of England, it's usually kind of cold and everything. But here, usually the sun is shining, the waters are crystal and blue, the sand is white, and everything is like a paradise. Not today, though. Today, the sky is rolling velvety gray, and you feel the potential of rain and thunder in the air. There's, a little charge. There's that smell in the air just before rain, and everything just is kind of gloomy. It's almost a dark and stormy night, but it's just a few hours before dusk. And as you guys are taking in all this scenery here, you have come here. Exactly sure why necessarily. It's not actually that important for tonight. Perhaps part of the castle has been bequeathed to you in your uncle's will, as stipulated that you have to spend the night there or something. Perhaps there is a ancient charged crystal rumored to exist within the tower that's going to be required for the purification ritual. But while you are all thinking about why we're here, you hear a of creaking wood on wood, and you glance to the side, and the only soul visible in this corner of this village you've been dropped off next to is an old lady on a rocking chair, shawl across her legs, despite that it's still kind of humid out, even if the weather's gone kind of gloomy. And she's just sitting there with very long, possibly look like they're made of bone knitting needles. And says, "Oh, hello there. We don't get many visitors out here."
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. We're just going to the castle.
Oh, no. Keeps knitting.
Sorry. No. Why?
Oh, nobody respectable goes to the castle.
Oh, that's
Oh,
Things
okay.
things have been weird around there for ages. Oh, no.
We're very good at dealing with weird. That's sort of our specialty.
Oh,
I mean, I'm curious. Weird in what particular way?
oh, that place has lain abandoned for years, since I was a little girl. People talk that it was cursed or haunted or just smelled bad. I'm not sure. But a few months ago, some strange people pulled up with all sorts of carts and boxes and luggage, and they went up to strange sounds started coming out of the tower. And then she kind of like motions for you guys to get a little closer.
Stolen.
Just down the path a little, you see the village has a cemetery, and just the other night, someone was poking around the cemetery. I got up to take care of some business. I'm old; it happens a lot. And there was someone walking around with a lantern in the graveyard at night, or in the cemetery at night. Oh, and that's not good business. Oh no. Oh no.
Agreed. Yeah, that is not good business.
I don't know what they were doing in there, but I didn't want to know. No.
They could have been just visiting a loved one at late hours. Maybe they're not.
I hadn't thought of that. But no.
Did at any point in time you heard the unmistakable sound of a shovel?
I mean, maybe. It was a dark and stormy night. We've had bad weather these last couple weeks.
I mean,
She's now made a full scarf at this point. She's knitting very quickly. Practiced hands. She's not even looking at what she's doing.
As somebody who comes from a family of weavers, I am impressed.
Do you want a job, madam? Like, you could speed up production by 200%.
I mean, are you planning to go up to the tower?
Yeah.
Oh, well, she reaches into a basket and just like pushes like these woven little rings of like palm fronds. They're like tiny little like flower crowns that would be good for like a cat, but they're just like rings of tightly woven big tough leaves. Oh, she like pulls out a bottle of something, pops the cork, dips her fingers in, and just spritzes you guys with them, like throw like holy water on you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, well, if things go bad and you need to find me again, just ask around for old lady Jenkins.
Old Lady Jenkins. Okay, got it.
Jenkins.
Jenkins.
Yes.
There's an apostrophe.
Yes, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Oh, all right. Well, thank you so much for your helpful information. We'll pop on by the cemetery just to make sure nothing's undisturbed there, just in case.
One other thing. rumor has it that there's a second secret entrance to the tower.
Oh,
The rickety old bridge is a little
Rickety?
worrying. But apparently there might be a doorway in a cave somewhere near the base of the cliff that leads up.
oh.
Okay.
I don't know why I told you that, but
I mean, because we said that we're going to the tower, and you just found an easier way to get into the tower. So.
I'm just glad that you know it, man. This village is very, very helpful. You all deserve some good boy coins.
Didn't those lose all value?
No, not in certain economic collectives.
Oh.
I mean, we mostly deal in fish here.
I just think they look really impressive. I have to say the quality of them is pretty good for him.
The coins?
I don't mint them. They're given to my people.
Little scraps of paper. I'm just imagining little scraps of paper with like a little dog face on it.
Yeah,
Like
the
a
way they're
poorly drawn
minted to the
tongue out.
blockchain is like actually a work of art. It's
Cutest thing. I don't know why.
just saying those words made me a little bit physically ill.
Anyway. Okay, well, I'm going to wave three of my hands at the old woman, say, "You're making a really lovely scarf. It's beautiful work." And I'm gonna start walking towards the.
Avi, as you're walking away, you feel the funniest little like tickle on the back of your neck, and you glance back around, and old lady Jenkins is gone, and there's still the rocking chair moving.
Charlotte, Jenkins is gone.
And as you guys take in that sight, the camera pans up to the sky, and the words "Bride of Terror" appear in the sky.
Who's getting married?
Igor walks over to the chair and just flips it upside down and walks back to the group.
Bethesda logic.
I do like that. I do like though looking at our looking at the Roll20 right now. We've got our map is just the promo.
The map is probably
Mhm.
messed up too, so
I love how like it
it's
gives
not.
like genuine like grindhouse horror vibes.
Yeah.
I tried very
Super
hard.
good. You
I
did a
love
You
great
it.
job.
Matt did a
succeeded
great
very
job.
hard.
Oh,
Let's-
look
let's
at that.
show
Matt
how
put our
cool they
little
can see on
tokens
that.
at the top too.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's actually like my favorite touch is, you know, the
little.
actor names at the top and the
Mm.
producer names at the bottom.
It's
Yeah,
so
let's-
cool.
I tried to keep some continuity with the one I did for the Christmas special last year, where it was the cruise ship with the horrific eye in the sky.
Although the bottom text does say McKenna, Cooper, Abby, and Will. So congratulations, PJ. You're
Don't
not
zoom in
Cooper.
that much on it.
They're the producers. We're the
Yeah,
producers.
And someone's like an executive producer in charge of production. What do they do?
Yeah,
Nothing.
exactly.
That
but
is
yeah.
actually really cool, Matt. I'm so down for that.
I'm probably gonna touch this up later because I think I would actually like to put this on like my portfolio.
Yeah, do it.
Pretty good. Okay, yeah. So, I imagine movie pan back down, and you just
Yes.
see Charlotte and Avi continuing on, going, "You know what? It's fine. I didn't. It's fine."
As you
Maybe
guys
she
are
knows
walking,
Misty Step.
Igra,
Yo.
you feel a big hand on your shoulder. And
You know, the
Gama's
last time
there.
this happened, someone tried to drown me. Well, it's kind of weird. Gama's small.
he kind of whispers something in your ear.
What's up, Gama?
Boss, I'm feeling a weird vibe.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna try something. And Gama starts to hum a little bit. And he starts to glow. And he just sort of like becomes kind of like glowing mist and is absorbed into Igara. And you guys have seen Gama unsummoned a few times, but this is a little different.
Aw. What's that about, bud?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Summon Gama. Little mini Gama appears. Oh, that's new. Weird.
Where's-
Okay.
Where's full-size Gamma?
I don't know. Gamma, why aren't you full size? I don't know, boss. Well, that's weird. All right, we'll go with it.
By this point,
Okay.
you guys have reached the cemetery, and I'm not going to even make you roll. It's immediately obvious things are not as they should be.
Oh.
Almost every grave has been dug up.
No!
Oh.
No! No. See, I studied necromancy, and that's a bad sign.
Wait, this is where we split up, right?
Not, no.
I can do
You hear
some
old
sniffing with my
Jenkins' voice on
schniffer.
the wind. No.
I could do some sniffing with my snarfer and see if I can find something.
And I can do some discerning secrets.
And I can guard you with my life.
Anyone who wants can roll anything they want. I will
Yes, please.
gauge your success and give you answers based on what you roll.
I will say let's go with Avi's discerning secrets. Can I assist with my necromancy lore on top of it?
Sure.
Oh, secrets. 27.
Agate got a 31.
All right, everyone's rolling pretty decent for this, so I'm just going to sort of give you guys, you kind of spread out amongst the cemetery. It's not that big that you're going to lose sight of each other just by wandering off in slightly different directions. It's a small village and thus a small cemetery. But you do find you make a few findings. You do find that there have been a few graves that have been dug up, but the bodies weren't taken, and through combined all your good rolls and stuff, you determine that the reason likely that these ones weren't taken is because these are all ones that had like obviously brittle bones or broken bones. Or they were like they slightly like melted through their coffins or something due to putrefaction or what have you, and were like really embedded in the earth and weren't worth the trouble of getting out.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. I can
So
say.
someone needed some strong bones, and they found them.
Left the others, although, I have to say, I've never quite come across necromantic force that is so. They could have at least reburied things. I mean, it's just polite to rebury the things you try to bury out.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a good question. If you're stealing bones for necromancy, how many bones do you need? Sometimes you might have a good little boy who wants to have a bone, and you just took all the good bones, and now the little boy's got nothing. I'm just saying, like, don't be so greedy.
And we
Benji,
don't chew on these bones.
Benji, give me a will save. There's a juicy looking femur just lying on the ground there.
These are people bones, Benji.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
These are people bones.
You resist, and you also remember hearing something about a rumor once that there's like a condition or curse associated with feeding on the bodies of corpses, and it can lead to ghoulification.
Listen,
I make sure to say it to everyone and say, now listen, I know bones are tasty. Oh boy, are bones so tasty. But don't eat them, because that's how you turn into a ghoul. Not a gal, a ghoul. It's a very different thing.
you know, if Bandit Healer can chew on his archaeological find, I feel like Benji.
Oh, you leave Bluey out of this.
I would like to.
If your main takeaway from Bluey was, you know what, maybe cannibalism is okay. We're not watching the same show. We're not.
You're not watching Blue. You're watching that other one that Ben Shapiro put together.
Oh God, the least said about that, the better. Anyway,
I mean, this is the horror episode.
Yeah.
I'm going to be that person and say, please only feed your dogs chew bones that are specifically made for chewing in small portions. Do not feed them anything smaller that they can swallow. Thank you.
or that can
Yeah.
chip and turn into sharp shards.
Yeah.
It's go to a pet store, please, and get them a chew bone that's specifically made for them to chew.
Don't DIY your pet toys.
Thank you. Yes. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, you guys, you think you've gathered everything there is to gather in terms of information from this cemetery.
Great.
And,
Well, what are the chances that we are fighting an army of skeletons when we get to that castle?
Well,
60-40 over under.
I mean, there's also a huge. I mean, when you think about it, humanoids have a certain amount of bones. Anything outside of that has a lot of bones, which there seems to be a lot of bones missing.
Now that occurs to me, how many bones would you have, Charlotte?
Do you have bones, or are you just a series of
Are
sacks?
you a series of cartilage?
Technically, arachnids have exoskeletons.
What is the anatomy of an Adani?
Me?
Of a dog?
Of an Adani?
Do not discuss my exoskeleton in public.
I'm not sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was a secret.
It's.
Um,
Well, Avi, what do you have?
An endoskeleton?
I mean, forget it.
at this medical talk, this is the point where you guys realize
We
that
have an
Pierce
Emmy.
Darkness is not with you.
Oh no!
Oh shit! Oh well,
What's not with us?
Javi has an Emmy.
There's
The
a
heal bot.
darkness.
Our
The
healer.
heal.
The heal shroom.
The DMPC who Matt made to heal us because no one wanted to play.
Well, Will was very
healer.
willing. Will tried very hard to be the healer, but I felt him trying to be both the healer and the tank was kind of unfair.
It's hard to be a vanilla WoW paladin sometimes.
A healadin? Yeah.
Yep.
Especially
My
if you're playing on
favorite, but they're
hardcore
hard.
mood. But yeah.
That doesn't bode well, but also I'm a little confused because I feel like there are circumstances in which we have gotten here, but I'm not inclined to search too far into it. And it seems to me that we may be dealing with some necromancy, which is great because my god, it's what I'm good at.
You're good at a lot of things, Char.
Oh, thank you.
Besides, Endurance and Darkness had a lot of papers to grade.
That is
So-
true. That is true. There was that test.
It is, at this point, you guys hear some distant rumbling. And you kind of glance up, and far off in the distance, you can see some, like, flashes in the clouds, and the clouds are getting darker. And the sun,
Uh-oh.
what little of it you can see through the clouds, is dipping very close to the horizon.
Right. Well, I think we should perhaps continue on our general merry way for the quest, keeping in mind that this may turn sour at any time due to circumstances. But isn't that usually the case for us?
Yee.
So,
The castle then?
to the castle, do we want to take the cave route that I'm going to call her the misty stepping old woman, because I'm going to go with the assumption that she just misty stepped away.
Oh, she was a ghost. She was 200% a ghost.
I mean, the little garlands she guys gave you seemed real.
I mean, she also just could have dimension doored. Magic is real and more likely than her being a ghost.
Anyway, regardless, do we want to take the cave or try our hand at the rickety old bridge?
I am inclined to take the cave, but also that is maybe an instinctual choice on my part. I like the cave.
Do you just want to hang out maybe a little?
I would love to hang out in a cave. Let's do the
I'd love
cave.
to hang with you. I could shift and, we could hang out in the cave together. And
Let's
then
be cave buddies.
Igara, and it'll be nice and damp, and make a fire. Anyway, regardless
Wait,
of this,
shouldn't we make the fire at the mouth of the cave so we don't die from smoke inhalation?
Yeah, we can do that.
I mean, you don't know how big the cave is.
Anyway,
Anyway.
cave cliff, right? Let's go that way.
All right. As you guys head down like the kind of like land takes a bit of an incline now towards the beach and the base of the cliff where the cave supposedly is. As you are getting lower and lower, there is a sudden flash, and you guys all kind of turn to see a bolt of lightning strike the old rickety bridge.
Oh,
And it explodes into fire and timbers.
Why
cave
am I-
it is.
Literally in my head, I am seeing my wonderful life. Essentially, it's like you're standing there and it explodes, and all of us go. "Hmm." Well, anyway.
Well, anyway.
You guys, after a little bit of walking, reach the base of the cliff near the beach. It's very nice down here in a way. The wave sound is very nice. The rumbling of the thunder is getting a little closer, and you feel the occasional little tap of water. You think the rain is about to start. Yeah,
Or better than snow.
debatable. Yeah, if you guys want to give me some perceptions to try and find this possibly hidden cave entrance.
Absolutely, I do.
One for me and one for Agate. We rolled the same.
Oh, Igor got a 34.
Oh.
You get some rain in your eye.
I am
Which one?
loving the water.
All
and
of them.
Waves. Charlotte's like, it's so spooky and dark out. I love it.
And Igor's like, oh, you want spooky, all right? Look at this cave I found.
Oh man, the cave entrance is pretty low to the ground. It's quite stalactite.
5 psychic damage to everyone.
No,
No.
because that wasn't good enough for me to laugh.
That's why it's psychic damage.
No.
I can't damage your souls, so I can only damage your minds.
Well, with the new Pathfinder rules, actually, you can't anyway.
Yeah, we're not there yet, though. We're not there yet. So one thing to note, especially about this cave entrance, it's not huge. It's not a cramped. You're not going to have to crawl on all fours, but it is also very dark. There's no bioluminescent mushrooms or anything. There's no convenient glowing cave crystals. It is very dark.
Did I prepare the light cantrip?
I'm pretty sure we can all see in the dark, can't we?
Don't we also have a lantern? That we
I can produce flame.
Don't we all see
Old
in the
school.
dark?
have a lantern.
I
Oh.
can, but I don't know if everyone else can.
Yeah,
Is that called a
because
fisherman's lantern?
Benji's got it from Efreet Heritage.
Somewhat.
I
This
have
is
it.
not Charlotte.
know
Charlotte,
if
do you have dark vision?
Who I?
I don't know. I
It
have it.
doesn't come up very often, I'll admit.
Where is my Milwaukee
An
Expanse?
excellent question. As a
Also, you probably want to remove the frightened condition, Charlotte. You're not frightened anymore.
Wow,
Oh.
maybe.
no, I can't get rid of it, man.
Oh,
That's why it's at 0.
hold on. I'll get rid of it.
Thank you.
You
I've
just have to
tried.
turn off the little padlock
Okay.
and then turn it back on.
Well, I have to say, so we have that wonderful midnight lantern. I don't know if it'll show up on the screen, but I think
Oh,
Oh.
Nice.
this is our
it
midnight.
just went pink there for a second. Like, that's not a midnight color.
It's definitely strobing.
It is strobing. It's all
Down
flashy.
in the village raving.
Believe it or not, where would I? It would be in my general, right?
If
But
you
I don't
wrote it
s-
down. To be
Hold on a
fair,
sec.
I don't think dark vision has ever actually come up in this campaign.
No,
No,
which is
hold on, let
interesting.
I'll find-
Hanadi do not have dark vision.
No, I didn't think so.
No.
I thought it was weird, all things considered, as a spider. But I also have goggles.
That's true.
That's true. You have
That
a
almost
light.
look like the jeweler's lenses because of how many things it has when you slip it down over your face that covers yours.
Yes, the goggles of night, an opaque crystal lens. I like to think it's the lovely little crystal pattern, and then it triples my interesting eye colors, which is when you look at Charlotte's eyes in the thing, they're not normal eyes.
All right.
Well, looks like we all have a way to see in the dark.
Yeah. Beyond just magical stuff. So you guys make your way into this darkened cave. It does seem like there has been some effort to make this into like a functional cave. Like the ground seems to have been like flattened a little bit, like it's not all natural. You're not like stepping on lots of like spiky rocks and stuff. And eventually you do reach a point where it sort of opens up, and it seems like there's some sort of like kind of almost like a workshop in here. There are some tables, and there are some kind of like metal devices of some kind with strange vines that lead into holes in the wall. And you also notice at the far end of the room, they connect with a heavy duty looking door that has a very strange lock above the handle. It seems to be a circular kind of panel with 4 things embedded in them. You get the impression that you'd be able to see it better if it was lit up or something. Something about this room seems like it's not functioning as it should, but without rolls, I can't tell you a whole lot more. You guys will have to investigate.
Can I roll? I don't know if crafting runs into the
Crafting
same.
would work.
Okay, so can I roll a crafting to the mechanisms that lead up to the indent?
Sure.
Okay, rolling. That would be.
Oh boy. All right, so Charlotte, a few interesting academic papers have come across your desk the last few years that you've actually been at the school. And there has been a lot of talk of harnessing energy and storing it and using it to kickstart devices and the like. And looking at this big device on the side of the room that almost seems to have like a kind of a pad wheel in it, and these weird black vines that loop around to various places, you think that whatever this device is, it's what allows the door to function. But at the moment, it seems to be bereft of power. You do see there's a weird kind of coil on the top, too, that is a little blackened in places, like it's been burned or scorched or something.
Good. Avi, or actually any one of us.
Benji's back.
Maybe there's a way to get it working. We could try an electric arc on it.
Oh.
Hit where the spot is that's charred there, most likely where it's been hit before by an electric arc, or something of a lightning-based function. I mean...
Worth a shot.
Yeah, sure.
It
I
could
will
work.
grab it.
Oh. Igor, are you...
The fuck? Avi,
Something's wrong.
Can you get it?
It's okay. It happens to everyone, Igra. And I
Oh,
shoot the
you didn't have
electric
to do. You didn't have to go that
Oh,
way.
why'd you have to make that? Why?
You electric arc it, and yeah, you guys are level 14 now, so your electric arc is of sufficient power. That there's like something like a loud click happens inside the device, and you can see the energy from your electric arc. You know, usually you see it impacts, it kind of like explodes a little bit, and then that's it. Here, it seems to coil around the top and go down into the device, and the paddle wheel inside starts to move. And there's this starting up, and you actually see the black kind of vines twitch a little bit. And not only does some lights kind of kick up on the door, and a light behind the embedded things in the panel starts up, something in the distance, you can hear something starts to like hum. And it should be noted now that so there are 4 things embedded in the circular panel above the door handle, and they are all kind of different colors and shades. The one is very kind of pale, it doesn't really have so much color. I would need a check to properly identify what these things in the recesses are.
Well,
Arcana check, maybe?
No, this would actually probably be a nature, or if anyone has...
I mean, I've got a pretty good nature, but if somebody's got a higher...
Or society, perhaps, would
I
work as well.
got a 20
I
in
could take
nature. I'll do a
society.
nature.
I got 21.
Oh, Igra. You immediately go, ooh. there's some precious and semi-precious stones embedded in this.
Shiny rocks.
Oh.
And because you rolled a nat 20 there, I'm going to tell you exactly what they are. Inside, embedded in the panel in the door, are nephrite, emerald, onyx, and pearl.
Huh. No garnet?
Nope.
Dang.
Nephrite, emerald, onyx, and pearl.
Yes.
I don't
All
know
right.
what any of that means because I rolled a 1.
Well, Iguro explains that they are precious and
Rocks.
semi-precious stones.
I think
So
some people
my-
hang like nephrite around their neck to like ward off like people who are bad for your life. Is that a thing?
Oh boy, did I need
Out
that.
of character, no.
Is that
Not
what
at all.
nephrite is? I thought that was.
I thought they were a
nephrite.
villain in Sailor Moon.
That too.
Ew.
I mean, there's black tourmaline, which is generally considered best for protection for that kind of thing.
Oh.
Moldavite might be what I think you're thinking of.
I've never heard of that.
Mm.
It got really popular a couple years ago because a couple of influencers bought some. It's generally known for like removing unnecessary and not so nice influences from your life, but it is not known for being gentle about it.
Oh.
Mm.
Interesting.
Yeah,
So
Nephrite is a deep peace, balance, and strength, or at least Nephrite Jade.
Oh.
yeah.
Nephrite is jade.
It's a cool looking
So-
stone.
It's an absolutely amazingly cool looking stone.
Iguro talks about the geology facts that Will does not know, and continue on.
That's definitely not geology, what we were just talking about.
And to be fair, pearl is like almost like an organic produced thing, isn't it? Like pearls are
Yeah.
made inside
Pearls are
clams
made
or
of-
Yeah, it's just pressurized sand over a long period of time. So
Yes, diamonds are pressurized carbon.
exactly. So my metagamer brain is probably looking too deep into this. But here we go anyway. So it's Nephrite, Emerald,
Onyx.
onyx and pearl.
Onyx, and Pearl. Okay, now I just got here after stepping away for a second, so I don't know what the stakes are, but I have a feeling
The
we have to...
ceiling is descending. No.
Crap. Okay, cool. So now I know what's happening.
I'm joking.
Damn, I got excited. Okay, so
All right,
eventually,
well, that's the next room then.
He was ready.
just gotta put the shotgun back on the rack. My feeling is that we have to put these stones in an order, and I think it has to spell something. And my guess is the word nope.
I mean, you do have the letters for that potentially, but to be fair,
Hope.
it doesn't look like they can be pulled out.
No.
Oh,
There's no
there goes that.
P.
They are
Game
just
theory.
they are just in a kind of a circular panel. They're in little holders.
can we? Oh, okay, no. So they're like recessed in there. We can't. Like,
They
slide
are.
them
It's
around or
almost
move
like a keypad, but instead of buttons, people have put these precious stones in place of them.
It's a Simon Says.
Also, Elderworm, thank you for the raid.
Elderworm, you're just in time. See how long it takes the party to solve a door puzzle. The old chestnut of
Door
RPG.
puzzle.
Let me tell you a tale.
They've
of
got-
when I did one at Edge of Legend. It took a whole episode.
They've got
Oh.
they have a keypad that's have a chunk of nephrite, an emerald, a piece of onyx, and a pearl in it.
And we
Oh,
have
it's
to
a
press them
keypad.
in the right order, is my understanding of it.
Wow,
They
that
said
might
they
be
were
implied.
buttons.
It seems like I was trying to describe the thing, but that could be what it is. Yes.
Can I
Uh-huh.
make a perception check to see if any particular, like, if there's a particular wear and tear to the buttons, I can maybe figure out an order based off of that?
Sure.
Well, I rolled a 2.
Um,
That's funny.
The problem is, while it's not like brand new equipment, this whole setup seems relatively recent.
Hmm.
Like considering the state of this cavern, how wet it is, and everything, this stuff, if it was here for any length of time, should have had a lot more kind of wear and tear on it. So, and you do remember that old lady Jenkins said that whoever moved into the tower only did so in the last couple months.
Okay, yeah, so relatively new. Let me see what I've got on my repertoire.
What
What
if we
a-
just press them in alphabetical order.
Sure, try it, Avi. I'm going to step back.
So tell me what order you're pressing them in, not just alphabetical, specifically.
Actually, in the order of
Now I need to figure out what order they are alphabetically. I know Emerald is first.
Yeah.
alphabetical.
N is second.
Thank you.
I've already forgotten what gems make up the things, so this is all on y'all.
Pearl and element OP. Onyx and then Pearl.
All right, so start from the top.
Emerald. Element, no. Nephrite. Onyx. Pearl.
Onyx
All right.
is hardened.
You press the thing you did. It does seem to go in like they are buttons, so you figure that much out at least. There is a clicking sound in the door. There's a bit of a hum. And then I need everyone to give me a dex save as lightning shoots out of the door frame.
Oh, no.
Oopsies. I think
Reflex.
I have wary disarmament, so I think I get a bonus to this. Doesn't matter. Roll the 30.
Let's see.
30.
31, 30, 25. Avi, that is the barest you need to do it.
We all just go, ah!
Yeah, so everyone just takes 4 lightning damage.
I'll take 4.
Can I assume we've got full things for this session?
Yeah. Everything starts. You guys are fresh. You had a lovely carriage ride here in a completely normal carriage. It was a little cramped than you're usually. You guys are used to riding, magically.
I got a critical success on that instead.
So you take no damage. You just like frog dance.
Frog dance.
Frog dance.
Okay,
wanted-
so not
Oh.
alphabetical then. Maybe
I have
property.
an idea. Oh, what's that?
Well, I mean, it's possible it's in terms of like the properties of it.
Oh, like the hardness of the stone?
Possibly. I don't know too much about stones. It's,
Pearl would be the lowest, and Emerald would be the highest. Nephrite and Onyx, I'm not entirely sure.
I'm fairly certain nephrite is easier to craft than onyx is in terms of carving.
I think you are right about that. Either way, let me press the buttons because I'm good at disarming traps.
Yeah, I'm going, and why don't we all stand like away from the door out of that pathway?
It did seem to be sort of a lightning nova, so it did have kind of a circular range.
Let's all step out of that range and then.
You know what else I could do that would make this so much easier? Mage hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always forget I have that, and then I'll lay down in bed and I'm like, oh shoot, I should have used mage hand.
As you're
So
reaching for
I'm-
like a pillow with mage hand. Oh.
Oh shoot.
I don't know if nephrite falls under. Nephrite isn't a birthstone. Otherwise, I would say
No,
absolutely.
it's not.
Onyx.
Also, as the puzzle designer, I think you're giving me a little too much credit there.
Can I try? Can I try pressing buttons?
Well, we were gonna mage hand it Benji, but I if Benji wants to.
Does
Okay.
Benji
I
have
won't
mage
stop you
hand?
from pressing
Uh,
buttons.
Or to be
Okay.
fair, Benji could just tell you which ones he wants to press.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's fair.
Okay.
I mean, who
Uh,
said that?
Pearl, Emerald, Onyx, Nephrite.
There is a pause. And then a lightning nova shoots out of the door.
Well,
But it
You feel
doesn't
the weirdest
hit
tingling in
anyone.
your finger, like with the mage hand, the one you're directing, like ugh, pins and needles.
So
Ugh.
what was the thought process behind that one, Benji?
well, because they start with letters, and I figured if I was to be putting up a security, I wouldn't worry so much about density because I have to press the buttons really fast, so I'd make it a word, right? So I thought peon, P-E-O-N. If not that, we could also do nope. Those are 2 words that I've been able to make with the 4 letters provided.
Let's try nope.
It's right. Boop boop boop.
Nope.
Bzzz.
Yeah.
All right. There's only so many combinations that can exist, and it seems there's like a decided range to this trap. So if we just keep going through like a list, we'll get to it eventually.
Everyone give me a
One, one,
perception
one, one.
check.
There might be
no.
password.
Let's see.
Nope. Not very
30.
perceptive today.
26.
Igra, as you say this, like, oh, we'll just keep punching the things. Something catches your nose, and you kind of glance over at
Which is scary because I don't have
the-
nostrils.
No, you do. You're a frog, I
Yeah,
think.
he
Frogs have
does.
both, but
It's on
they're
your
tiny
artwork.
little slits. It seems like the turbine thing with the paddle wheel that you shocked into life. It seems to be with every attempt getting a little hotter,
Oh
Ah.
no.
Oh,
building up some heat.
Overheating.
We'll
Oh,
get
no,
there.
it's
Time to write this down. 1 second. We have netherite, emerald, onyx, pearl. So far, we have tried netherite, onyx, pearl,
Wait,
emerald. We have
He could have
tried
just pulls out a
pearl,
cell phone. I'm going to Google this.
emerald,
A little hand
Onyx.
smacks it at her.
Damn it.
netherite. Now, what
Can
was the very
I-
first one that was done?
I think we only did 2.
I think
No,
you did
3.
alphabetical order first.
We did alphabetical order, and then we did peon, and then we did nope.
That's 3.
Yep.
So that's 3.
So okay, so I have no peon and up. Let's see. It's got 4 letters.
I
Four to
it
the
ha-
fourth
wait,
power.
wait.
Hmm?
There's 4 letters. What are
Yes.
the 4 letters?
Mm-hmm.
NEOP.
Can we just go OPEN?
There's the damn
Can
combination.
Can we just
I
go?
knew it was a letter code.
Can we just do that then?
That's
I feel
fine.
like that
Yeah.
might
That
work.
sounds like it's
Yeah.
it. Onyx,
Let's do that.
onyx,
So-
pearl, emerald,
Excuse
netherite.
me for a second.
I had to write it down, and I was like, "Wait a minute."
I am going to go walk into the sea.
Yeah.
I
I knew it was a letter cipher. I freaking knew it.
you press open into the door, and there's a hum, and then a click.
And then a lightning burst. No, okay.
No lightning burst this time, and the generator seems to like start to cool down a little.
Son of a bitch. Sorry, that was
Admittedly, if you guys got to quarter after and you hadn't figured it out yet, I was gonna let chat give a hero point burn for a hint.
Oh, we got there.
opened because that was obvious. Unfortunately.
I love that
Anyway.
the closest we got was nope.
Nope.
I love that
Oh,
you thought
no.
of
I
peon
don't
before you
play
thought of
Wordle.
open.
work.
Right.
Ready
never
to work.
Never a
Job
thought in my
done.
head. Not even a seed growing in the dirt of open. Just it has to be peon. The guy's a prick. It has to be peon.
You don't even
We
know
don't-
who
we
runs
don't
this
even know
place.
who runs
You're
the
making a
That's
place.
lot
why
of
it's
assumptions
stupid.
here.
That's why it's stupid, Matt. Because I don't even know. I'm
As we
assuming.
find that goddamn satyr at the top
the
of this
door
tower.
hasn't opened, it's just cooled, right?
He's just like sitting on a giant pile of pillows, like glazing himself with honey. Oh, I wasn't expecting you.
No.
A little hedonism bot.
If it
It's
had
a
been
while.
no, that would have been who was up there.
No.
Oh.
The
All
door.
right,
so
well-
You just said that the door hasn't opened. It's just cooled down.
Well, no, the door made a big click sound, and the generator off to the side has started to cool down. So it hasn't suffered from another electric feedback.
I push the door.
It opens.
Pushing the door does not work.
I pull the door.
Pulling the door.
Yes, it has a handle.
Oh.
Okay.
God damn it!
Pull the door.
I do apologize. There's going to be a lot of theater of the mind tonight.
That's okay.
No, it's good. That's what makes it fun for the viewer.
Igaro would be the type of person to push a pull door, though, so it
Yeah.
works.
All right.
I have an 8 in intelligence. This tracks.
Yeah, right. It's like you push and then
I
you
almost want to say that's more of a wisdom thing, personally, but
please.
You know, this door would stop me if I could read.
yeah. Yeah, because I always think intelligence is like book learning. It's like what is it the old thing about intelligence is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing you still don't want to put it in a potato in a fruit salad.
I feel like a tomato is good in a fruit salad, though, because it adds a little bit of acidity to it.
Not.
Then the joke is actually that technically that you can put it in a fruit salad.
Acidity?
It's called salsa. And like, guys, we found the bard.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's int is knowing facts, wisdom's knowing people, and charisma is knowing how to manipulate people.
Mango salsa.
Anyway, we pull the pole door.
Yeah.
It reveals
It's
a
in the
rough
streets.
cut spiral staircase of a decent size, not like a really, tight claustrophobic one. But now you do find that there are strange kind of lanterns in here that seem to be humming. There seems to be like some sort of little glowing wire inside a glass tube.
No, electricity. All right, I'll take the lead.
How did they get? Suppose they just put lightning in the lantern. That's so fascinating. Oh, Igra, are you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm walking up the stairs.
Thought it was interesting.
I know it's very interesting, but if we kill the person who's doing all this weird stuff, this will become our castle, so we'll have more time to study it.
Here, we don't even know why we're here, actually.
I'm assuming it's going to end in murder. Most
I
of the
mean, there
things
might
we
be
do
something
do.
here for the purification ritual, you think? Or, one of you may have been willed this tower from a distant relative, but you have to, spend the night.
I don't want to have a castle. Do you have any idea how much the upkeep's gonna cost
I
monthly?
mean, that's a whole other campaign.
Yeah. That's Kingmaker. We're not
That's
playing
Kingmaker.
that.
Well, no,
Not
I was
yet.
thinking
I feel like
thinking
this
of the other
conversation
one.
is happening while we're ascending the stairs.
Oh
Igra.
yeah, we're
It
walking.
It
and
does,
talking big
because it
time.
turns out the stairway is quite long. So you guys are like, ugh,
Well, I'm getting my steps
so
in
many
today.
stairs. We're academics. Ugh.
Hey, I
This
do
is
a
how you defeat people
nerds.
from the Gambia
I
stairs.
swim a lap of the Magambia every day. I feel like this is...
That's a little different from stairs. You'd be surprised.
Avi, I'm assuming you're flying up the
Do the
stairs.
butterfly.
Or riding on someone's head.
Probably. Yeah.
Also, I imagine Benji's kind of bouncing. Oh yeah,
I'm actually running on all
come on.
fours. With my tumble through in athletics or acrobatics, I'm just like,
All right. So it's
All right.
just-
You reach finally another door, but this is a basic door. It has no keypad or anything. It just has another handle.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
push
just
it.
basic.
So, I don't think you have the abs for freestyle, Yura.
Oh.
That's
What?
a anime joke.
why the
Aw.
magic and body shaming? Why are we doing this to Igora?
I'm not shaming. I'm just saying as a statement of fact. It's just like saying it's not shaming to say that you have a red hair or brown hair. It's just a statement of fact.
Touche.
So he's
He
a
swims
buff frog.
froggy style.
You have to
There it
remember,
is.
you guys, I'm completely literal in all things I say. I never have any connotations. I'm also full of shit.
Behold the correct response.
I'm also a liar.
So we at this door. We pushing. What's beyond the push door?
No, this is another pull
I'm
door.
assuming
You
it's a
failed
pull door.
again.
We're pulling. We're learning.
Actually, no,
together.
you know what?
It's a safe
It would-
space in a creepy house.
It would be a push door because a pull door into a spiral staircase would be a terrible way to design it, so it would be a push.
It would be a push.
Maybe it's another
yeah.
one of those sliding keyhole doors.
No, that advancement hasn't caught up to this old crumbly tower.
Actually, it'd
Yeah.
be kind of low key brilliant because it would be great for
Cooper.
defenders against invaders.
Speaking of pizza,
Yeah.
but you guys find yourselves in what appears to be sort of a side room.
The stream
And-
can't smell it, but I'm gonna say it very loudly. The room smells like citrus, and it's
Oh.
very pleasant.
It's the slime that I'm playing with.
Oh,
It's
boy.
Nectarine, peaches, mango, and
Okay, you do
one
know
other
that
thing
im-
I've forgotten.
The fact that you can smell the slime implies that the slime is now inside you. These are smelling particles of it.
Don't ruin slime for McKenna.
I don't know if I
Don't
think that's
ruin
how
slime.
fragrance works.
That's how smells work. If you can smell something, that means there's tiny bits of it in your nose.
Well, then I guess I'm part slime. What do you want from me, Matthew?
That
Nothing.
time
I'm just commenting again. Facts.
That time I became part slime.
In another world.
So the door.
So the
Yes.
door.
You guys have
Yes.
found yourselves in what appears to be a side room.
Oh,
What you just by the feel of the ground under you, you suspect you are now on the sort of ground floor at the top of this cliff of the ground floor of the tower. You seem to be in a side room that seems to be filled with boxes, like wooden crates that appear to be a lot newer than the surroundings around them. Most of the crates are still sealed. One of them is open, and it seems to have just a lot of straw in it.
Hey,
feel like rifling with the straw. See if I can't.
You want to look in the one open crate?
Yeah.
You find something pretty quickly. You kind of start rifling down through the straw, and immediately you find some long glass beakers of various sizes. You get the impression that the straw is there as a way of transporting the glass safely. Yes, you immediately, I'm not even going to make you roll for this, considering who you are. This is very nice equipment for alchemy.
Yeah.
So,
Now grab it, Char. It's all yours now.
you are now encumbered. No. Quickly,
Not
give
with
something
the
to
bag I'm
Karlach.
holding.
Just starts like wrapping it in little tufts of straw and hands it to Avi to put in the bag.
You do note that now that you are examining it, there is a very small, like, you know how sometimes you burn wood with a stamp or something?
Yes.
This box very specifically has a little, like, beaker symbol on it, like a little potion-looking symbol burned into it. Other ones seem to have, like, a wrench burned into it. And other ones seem to have another beaker symbol, but this one seems to be, like, more filled in. Like, the other one's more of an outline of a beaker. This one is, like, a beaker, but there's, like, black. But those ones are not currently opened.
Okay, so what I'm gathering from contextual clues on these boxes is that they are labeled by their designation and usage. So
You could
possibly
just start taking shots. Alzy?
No.
They're
I don't-
empty first, dear. There's nothing in them.
Oh.
Well, yes, the crate that is open, the vials are completely empty and perfectly clean.
The one that has what looks like a filled beaker is closed.
That crate is still sealed, yes. You would need, like, a crowbar or someone with a decent athletics check and very confident that their nails would not break to open it.
Igor tries to open up the crate.
All right. Are you going to use athletics or are you going to do something else?
I'll do athletics. That's fine.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. Igura. Hero pointing it. 40.
There we go.
There we go.
There is a little swirl of some sort of energy along Igor's arm, and for a second looks like he struggles, and then he flings the lid across the room and it breaks on the opposite wall.
Cool. I started doing arm workouts. I was really sore for a few days.
Very impressive.
It should be noted.
Also the truth IRL when I lifted weights for the first time like a week ago.
Sorry, Igor, remind me, which crate were you opening? The one with the wrench or the one with the more filled potion?
Filled potions.
All right. Yes, in this one, much more properly kind of arranged in some more straw and with some, like, interesting, like, ropes inside to keep them from moving around too much.
Mm-hmm.
There are a bunch of beakers that are filled with some very kind of, like, not drinkable solutions. They seem to be very thick, very heavy chemicals in here.
Charlotte, identify. Throw. How many arms does Charlotte have?
I mean, it'll take me time to identify them. That's the problem. I thought we had an agenda right now, whatever that agenda may or may not be.
Like, give us your best guess. Here, wait. Do you have another arm free still? Yeah, you do. Okay, throw. There we go.
Give me a dex save.
Dex,
Who's making the dex save?
me, I'm imagining, because he's throwing shit at me. Do I just get the ability score Dex?
Well, reflex save.
Thank you.
Yeah, you catch it. You're like, oh.
There you
And
go.
actually, give me a crafting check, Charlotte. Okay, yeah. So
46.
you identify two of these bottles, the chemical contents, very quickly. One's in a bigger vial. One's in a pretty much smaller vial. The one in the big one, just looking at it, because of your experience, you tell this is formaldehyde. And the other one, the smaller vial, it takes you a second because this is a pretty rare material. It's silvery. It like when you're not moving it, it looks solid, but when you move it, it seems to flow like liquid. And this bottle, too, you notice, is very securely sealed. This is mercury.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, I'll drink that one.
No. No.
I mean, according to ancient China, it'll make you immortal.
Until it kills you. Yeah. Until it makes you fucking go insane and die. Yeah.
Everyone's immortal until they die.
I could use a new hat.
Everything's
You're not
edible
wrong.
once.
So you know how I may or may not have mentioned that the robbing of graves is typically a thing that necromancers do, and people who are interested in necromancy. Well, formaldehyde and mercury, and Charlotte just gently puts them back into the boxes as gently as possible, is usually used in most necrotic crafting. So I hazard to guess that we may or may not have a necromancer on our hands.
Oh.
At this point, too, you guys start hearing what sounds like pretty heavy rain starting to build up intensity. You go to like the edge of the room to glance out into what is the small courtyard, and you can see now the main gate, which is sealed tight. And this is an open air courtyard. You can see above you now the sky has gone super dark, and there are flashes. And as you stand there watching, a bolt of lightning actually streaks out, but you see it doesn't go straight down. It almost bends a little bit and arcs towards a large metal kind of pole sticking out of the top of the tallest part of the tower. And it strikes it, and the electricity from this powerful bolt of lightning kind of circles the rod down into the tower.
Cool.
And you notice there are a lot of these metal things sticking up into the sky.
So they're doing the Frankenstein bit.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Wait, never mind.
What's Frankenstein?
That's a good question.
I've never heard of that before.
Well, they're a
Frankenstein is a
doctor.
novel by renowned author Mary Shelley.
They're a doctor and a monster.
Arguably the first science fiction writer.
I don't even know if I consider that arguable. I just say it with my whole chest that she was
Absolutely.
the progenitor of the genre.
Look, science fiction was invented by women, and without women, there'd be no science fiction. It's just
Also,
point of fact.
some people might subscribe to the idea that because of the Scarlet, is it Scarlet Pimpernel? Women also invented the superhero genre.
Pimpernel.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't know that was written by a woman. That's cool.
yeah, Scarlet Pimpernel. Yeah,
Pimpernel,
and
thank
science. I mean, science and science fiction. You got Marie Curie. You got Ada Lovelace. That's
Oh, poor
Mhm,
Mercury.
Women,
Uh,
let's go, women. Let's go, women.
women in STEM.
I look over at the Bride of Terror.
There is a lot of signs pointing to what is happening in this castle. It's not great. However,
It's mad science.
I also know that we are here for a reason, to get a component that is necessary to help a certain friend that we need.
Right.
I mean, a certain individual who is a friend to some of us, but not all of us necessarily. However, if this component is good, and it may or may not be in the hands of this particular necromancer, then Igora, you get to kill a necromancer. Or, we can
You know, I don't think we should like speak people really into necks that poorly. Anyway.
As you guys stand here and mention like, oh, we may have to kill someone, everyone give me a perception check.
If they're in the room, I swear.
This across the room sitting T, and they're like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
I got a
Oh, nat 20 from Charlotte.
Nice. Let's go.
As you like say kill, there's like you hear the faintest little click sound, and you kind of turn your head, and you guys now notice slightly because the roof of this room is kind of tall. You guys kind of look up, and there's this most peculiar thing sort of just hanging in the air. It looks like a human skull with like a telescope's lens stuck into one of the eye sockets, and there's like a light blue glow behind the lens. But it also seems to have some whirling gears behind it because it seems to have some pigeon wings strapped to the back of the skull, which is allowing it to kind of hover in the air like some sort of obscene bulbous bat.
Hey, Avi, you know them?
That feels a little bit insensitive, but
It is, you guys, as you guys are experienced adventurers, it is turning, and it looks like you get the sense it's gonna bolt, and you feel like, oh, this might be an alarm system.
I throw a card with a spell striking at that
Give me an attack roll.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it'll have a lot of hit points, but it might be a little tricky to hit.
Charlotte is too ensconced by the that is so cool.
Yeah.
There it is. Range strike. I think I did that right.
31, yeah. You hit it and you slice off one of the little pigeon wings, and it goes into a tailspin and shatters against a wall. And it shatters, and out of the skull comes a whole bunch of gears and more little tiny little black vines and all sorts of just metal bits falling over the ground. But also some some sinews worked in there.
This is some Warhammer 40k nonsense. I love it.
This is
it's kind of like a servo skull.
Simpliness.
That's enjoying that.
I've never seen the crafting technology worked so cleverly.
Charlotte, as impressed as I am with this, and believe me, I am impressed with this, I am also a little bit concerned about the ethics of it.
Speaking of ethics,
Right. Yes, ethics, of course.
I mean, it's all the body consents.
distantly, you guys hear a voice laughing joyously from somewhere up above you.
Well, let's.
Shall we?
Let's see what they're celebrating.
Sure.
I can cast invisibility sphere.
Well, you could. Yes, I also, just being near me gives you an advantage with quiet allies, but
We can do both.
All right, we can do that, and then we can add it on top of quiet allies, so we can make ourselves invisible and then make ourselves stealthy and invisible.
I would like to remind the party that I am not good at stealth. I will do my best.
All right,
I will wait to pop invisibility sphere until the last possible second.
I am good in stealth.
I will.
You guys, carefully, I assume, make your way into the base of the central tower. There's another large winding stairway, though you also notice, kind of going upwards, there seems to be a lot of ropes and chains dangling. You imagine that, they probably used a series of pulleys to move really big or heavy things rather than trying to take them up a long spiral staircase.
Smart.
You also notice some more kind of weird necromantic mechanical things, but they're all slumped and inactive. They appear to have an important component all missing.
That inactive part that worries me.
These constructs are not combat ready.
If anyone wants to give me a crafting check to figure out what is missing from them that has caused them to deactivate.
Got it.
Yeah.
Will do.
World cat.
Oh, nat 20 from Charlotte.
Goodness, Charlotte is in her element tonight.
Racking those 20s.
Yeah.
Charlotte is so excited by all of this.
You quickly assess that all of these things have had their power source removed. There's a very obvious cavity, and none of these things are standard. They all appear to have been cobbled together custom jobs. Each of them is a unique creation, but all of them seems to have some sort of recess or a slot that is empty.
Oh, Teddy.
Uh-oh, Ted.
What are you doing, Teddy?
Uh-oh.
Get ready for an unbearable situation.
I just see Teddy walking and putting their paws onto the sign above Sarah's door. It's Teddy.
I'm going to cause a problem and make it everyone else's problem.
Yep.
So
it
it
seems like in order to run these, there has to be something inserted, like a device, or maybe even a hourglass or a key. Either way, so long as it doesn't get put inside them, I think we're okay to move forward.
Yeah.
It is also worth noting, pardon me, that it's not like these guys were put into like a closet and their power source was taken out. They were just seemingly left where they dropped. Someone just like walked through here, happened haphazardly, and yanked out important parts and left these things falling like marionettes with their strings cut.
All right, now let's double time it upstairs, team.
Let's go.
All right. You guys reach, and because you wanted to be aware of this, you reach what seems to be kind of like the top of the stairs. You can sort of see above you that it opens up to a big room. So if you want to cast your invisibility, now would be the time.
Pop in that invisibility sphere right now.
All right. So I'm going to need everyone to give me a stealth check if you wish to crest up into the room. There will be obvious bonuses because you're invisible. Pardon me.
Give me 1 second just to see how follow the expert works.
I believe it is the person with the lowest bonus rolls for the group, effectively.
Oh.
So, Igora.
Y'all,
Which is the stupidest rule for following the leader.
Yeah.
That you choose the worst person to roll for that.
I'm so sorry in advance for what's about to happen.
Nat 20. It's gonna be a.
Oh.
You know,
I mean, it's
you know
a
what?
20.
17 on the die face is about as good as you could ask for.
Yeah.
Also, when you guys get into this room, you get the impression that whoever you're trying to hide from has other things on their mind.
Yeah.
So,
Fair enough.
this room is quite the room. It's a big open spot thing, and part of the roof of the tower is open as well. But there are a lot of things going on in this room. I'm going to try and describe them as quickly as I can. So, in each corner of the room, though it's a circular, so it's a little not corners, but there are these 4 brass cylinders with power arcing out of them. Between each other, they seem to have been the source of the humming you guys have been hearing this entire time. Those black vines snake down from them into the floor and everything. In the center of the room, there seems to be a bit of a workshop that is not in use. There are tables with sheets over the contents of them, but judging by the amount of stains on the sheets and on the floors, you think this is probably where some of the bodies from the graves came from. But the big thing that draws your attention in this room is there is a platform raised up in the air, like off the floor, by some big chains, and there are 2 things of note on the platform itself. You see what could be described as a beautiful woman, but there is a very dangerous energy about her. She is in very medical-looking kind of white robes, very tightly cinched. She's got like a heavy oiled leather apron on, big insulated-looking gloves, big boots. And she's got goggles on her face, and her lovely white hair has been done up into like a big, like a beehive kind of thing. And her kind of palish pinkish skin and pointy ears are like drenched in sweat right now.
Oh, it's a Mr. Freeze situation.
And she is just kind of like cackling, looking up as there is this huge coil pointed down from the ceiling. And you can see all of the power from the lightning that has hit the towers is coiled around this and is arcing into a shrouded figure, a large shrouded figure lying on a metal slab. If anyone wants to give me a perception check, there's a fun little detail you might be able to glean.
Now,
I will definitely make a perception.
Knowing Matt, this is probably a
I know exactly
monstrously
what these two
muscular
are.
woman.
What's her name? Garl?
Yeah, that's a 31 with Discern Secrets. Or sorry, 40 with Discern Secrets.
The thing that you can notice from this angle, the figure on the slab wearing a wedding dress?
Oh, Cassandra, what have you done?
Oh, Matt.
Alternative timelines. No.
And the lady up on the platform is like, yes, yes, I've done it at last. They said I was a fool, that I should move on and see other people, but they were fools. I have achieved what no one has done before. I have given this creation life. And
You know, the
looks
fact
at
that
the
they have
power
to
arcing
physically
down.
make a romantic partner is kind of sad if you think about it.
They cannot hear you over the electrical crackling, but then they do kind of glance down, though, as power seems to actually be starting to flow from the 4 spheres on the ground floor, and her face drops a little, and she's like, what, why is the ground generators up? No, my calculations, no! And suddenly the figure on the slab arcs their back like they are in silent agony,
Oh.
and like the doctor is like, no, this is, and there's a huge explosion of light, and you see just, like, you sort of see through like painful like blind spots in your eyes a figure go flying off the platform.
Oh, Carl.
There you see on the ground now the doctor smashes into a table, and beakers and instruments and metal plates go flying. And I'm going to move us to the map for this.
While we're doing that, I'm going to correct myself. So technically, in theory, it is the person with the lowest score. However, they rolled the skill check as if the person that they are following, if I'm reading this right, basically they get a bonus based on their skills. Like if they're an expert, you get a +2, I guess, and you count your level. So if like you're not trained in stealth, but someone is, you get to roll stealth with level plus proficiency.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
So
interesting.
would have taken off of mine because I have with stealth. I'm mastered at stealth.
Oh.
Yeah. So that would have been level +3 to whoever who was following your expert lead.
Which was
It
me.
is.
All right, and we are the figure on the slab. They stop arcing their back, and then abruptly sit up. You can see there's a face wrapped in bandages. There are stitches all over the muscles and the body, and you just hear this like growling from inside, like in the chest of this figure. They flex an arm and they bend the metal slab they're on, and their head unnaturally snaps to look at you guys, and there's like white hot glowing under the bandages where the eyes should be, and you see metal bolts in the neck, light arcing off of them, and you can see
I
coming
forgot
from
Carl
these
had true sight.
these four generators on the ground seem to be feeding electricity into the figure, and they leap to the ground, break the cobblestones, then they land, and yeah, we are going to roll initiative as you guys have to contend with the bride.
Bring it, bride.
So excited.
I'm so sorry, but Cassandra is giving me big like. Did anyone else watch Fiona and Cake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's giving me crazy Princess Bubblegum energy. It's giving very much like, I'm gonna put you into a blender with me. Set the oven to 350 degrees.
My initiative is low. Jesus, that initiative though.
Yeah.
What the heckers?
They have a +30.
I gotta figure out my battle plan.
I'll know very shortly.
So yeah, the bride is going to
You go first, obviously.
lower down like a football player about to charge and roar, and there's a sudden arcing of electricity, and they are suddenly like, they don't teleport, but they are suddenly across the room up in your face.
Well, that makes
2
things easier for me.
actions. They are going to lash out. They don't have any weapons, mind you, but they're going to lash out with a fist at Benji. And it's just like they are moving so fast with this electricity, it's like they're skipping animation frames. And they're going to punch Benji once in the face.
Not my snoot.
Oh,
my
the good
God.
boy Snoot.
What? No!
Nat 19. Nat 19.
Well, I mean, with the plus,
That's a crit.
I mean, with a +33, They're going to crit on their first
Look,
attack every time, basically.
They're gonna crit on a 10 up. If they hit, they crit with a plus
They
33.
if they hit even me, they crit on a 7. So
Yes, but you see, there's an added thing.
they crit on a 7.
After every attack. Uh-oh. I rolled over a 10. So let's see. Garl is. There's 2 actions.
Start taking out these peons.
Garl makes that attack, but she loses an action because the electricity. I rolled over a 10, so the electricity overloads her system a little bit, and she loses an action. But yeah, Benji, that's going to be 18 bludgeoning to you.
Excellent. Okay.
But Garl seems to be under effect of haste. So he's going to make a second attack with the fist. Nat 1. But because the viewers were kind enough to give me a villain point.
Ooh.
Oh, could
Double
you?
that one.
42.
How could you?
That's
Oh.
not a crit. That'll hit though.
Look what we've done. You've scared
14
Teddy so
bludgeoning.
much He's hiding.
14 bludgeoning. Okay.
And that is Garl's turn. Can't lose any more actions this turn, so I don't need to roll. It's only on an attack I have to roll for electric malfunction. And I wish I hadn't. I was a little annoyed. It wasn't supposed to say Garl. I was supposed to say the bride on the initiative order. But
We all know who it is.
It says the bride. You're fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't even see a name on mine. I just see my name.
all right, so yeah, we move on to Benji. Charlotte, you're up next. There is a hulking lady in a lovely wedding dress, impeccably tailored, shoulderless. It's lovely. There's like
What's the commission art, Matthew?
I don't. Well, no, actually, Garl's does have. No, it is shoulderless. It just has the neck thing.
Hard
Lovely.
to find something that would cover shoulders that broad.
Pay for that amount of material, God. It's a naughty silk.
Ooh.
Imported. Yeah, Benji, there's the large electrical bride in your face. What you want to do?
Okay. So I am going to spend 2 actions, make an overwhelming spell strike, just in case fire not bad. So now I have to figure out how to do spell strike on roll 20. Do I just click the spell strike button?
I imagine it. Yeah.
Okay.
It should work. If I did it right, I might not have, but we'll find out together.
Yup. You gonna learn today. Oh, there it was. Spell strike. Okay, no, it's spell parry. Damn it. So many options on this character sheet. There it is. Okay. That's just the description. Okay. Then I guess I just rolled a hit normally?
Yeah, you make a melee strike with your weapon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that greater striking throwing card, point blank, put a 7th level fireball in this bad boy with an overwhelming spell strike, and just throw it like, oh, you know what? I'm not even gonna throw it. I'm gonna like place it right at her forehead. And let's go. Does a 34 hit, or should I roll a hero point?
Let me double check because the bride is very obviously not wearing any armor.
The 34 doesn't hit. What hope do I have?
34 hits.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank God. So that is going to be, let's see here. It says 11, and that's 15 plus the 7th level fireball, which I'm going to put up right here. There we go. And fireball. Now, now I know that when a spell strike hits with the spell, they still, if it's like a reflex save action, it still has to, they still have to save it, right? But if they, depending on their ability, it makes their save worse or better, or whatever. Does that make sense? Does that sound right?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you would have crit, it would have gone down.
That's right.
One
That's right. It'd be
second.
1 less.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 63 damage with a
Sick.
basic saving throw of 33.
This is where we hail. This is where I hope Matt crit fails.
I'm hoping she's not a reflexy lady.
Yeah.
I know she's
Not
big strong.
only
But...
do I remember her to be
Crit
a
success.
reflex lady? Yeah, I think she would have critically succeeded. that even if it
She
had just been a
succeeds that on a
success.
3.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking
Sucks.
we might need to target the pylon.
But
we
it still
must
takes
destroy
the
additional
11
pylons.
damage from the and plus 2 force damage, so a total of 13.
Well, plus 2
Okay.
Sonic as well, so 15.
With my last
17 then.
with my last action,
All seems to go through.
I am going to good. With my last action, I'm going to activate. Where is it? The stance. Here we go. Arcane Cascade. And now it's going to be my turn.
All
Where's
right.
the headache coming from?
Charlotte, you could fit inside this woman's torso. To say nothing of Avi Avi, who could probably fit inside her arm, her bicep.
Roomy.
Delightful.
Set up shop.
Spacious.
Rent out the guest room.
Going to take an action to move just a little bit out of the way.
Are you striding or are you stepping?
I'm
Oh.
stepping.
All right. Their head does twitch towards you a little bit, but they don't seem to have the reach to lash out at you.
That's perfectly fine because I'm going to lash out. I'm going to add an extra action to utilize Sticky Bomb
All right.
as a free action.
Yep.
Adding additional sticky damage to my bomb, which I am going to throw a moderate acid flask bomb.
Where are you throwing it?
I am actually going to throw it in this way. So, kind of. Where's the ruler? Or actually, technically speaking, it would be this way. So, directional bombing this way.
All right.
And
35. As we've established, that will definitely hit.
perfect. So that's 8 persistent damage. With the sticky bomb,
I'm
chemical
just
bomb
going to minus the 8 damage now.
takes the direct hit from your sticky bombs. Also takes persistent damage equal to or at the same time. If the bomb already deals persistent damage, combine the two amounts.
You hear a voice from a pile of rubble across the room. No, I worked so hard on getting the skin right.
Oh.
Acid. My creation. My
Oh
beloved.
God. Alternate universe Cassandra needs therapy.
In this universe, Garl was the one who went to therapy regularly.
I'm just
That's
gonna
why
watch this, Matthew, and be like, what in the Sam hell?
So essentially what it means is that if I translate this correctly is they have the 8 persistent acid damage at the top of next turn. And they have persistent sticky damage equal to 2. So that's 10 per round.
I'm a
Nice.
child.
And then
So that was an action. You got 2 left because your sticky bomb was a free action.
I moved, so I've got
Oh
one.
yeah, 1 left. Avi, you're up next.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say my last action is to put a craft in.
Sounds good.
All right, we move on to Avi. Igara, you'll be up next.
I'm gonna move all the way over here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Frigid Flurry. Could have rolled better on the cold damage, but the way I'm aiming it, I want to aim it so that it hits in a line both of these.
Oh, aiming for the generators, are we?
Aiming for both of them at once. Additionally, this spell will move me all the way over here.
Yes, let's go.
So imagining you're like, you start to breathe, and then you do sort of like a fly over, like
Exactly.
like some sort of winter fairy.
Exactly. And then I hopefully deal that damage to both of those generators, because hopefully those generators don't have a reflex save. That is
No.
my hope.
And they do have physical hardness, but that is overcome by magical damage. Because
Yay!
while they do have sturdiness because of their physical construction, magic energy itself disrupts the function of them.
Oh.
Those two generators
Yay!
just conk out, and Garl seems to like, and because he took out two at once, she is no longer hasted.
Yay!
Go.
Though she doesn't get tired or anything, she's just no longer supercharged.
Yeah. That's my turn.
All right. We move on to Igora.
So, Igora, seeing all this happen, it's like, oh god, Gamma, I could really use you right now. He just holds up both of his arms, and then some of the tiles from beneath like the floor start going up and hovering around Igora's arms, and then they start to form a sort of plate armor around them, a earthen armor. As they're going to use, I'm going to use one action to assume Earth's mantle.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
Kineticist.
I was gonna say, did you change into a kineticist while I was
Yeah.
gone?
Just for this one.
Oh, that's fair.
Give it
Just-
a trial
just
run.
for fun. I wanted to do this.
This might be a dream. Who knows?
And then for two actions, I'm going to look at Benji over there and say, let's see if this is contagious. And I'm going to tap Benji on the side. I'm going to tap Benji, and you're going to grow earth spikes.
Okay.
You're going to get resistance.
Spikiest of good boys.
You're going to get resistance 10 to all physical damage.
Oh, thank God.
And anytime a creature hits you, they're going to also take 10 piercing damage.
Heyo, let's go.
Okay.
And so now imagine stacking that with Aviavi's hex, and
You guys really love leaning into the grinding damage mindset, don't you?
But that
Isn't
is
that
Igora's
just how
turn.
Pathfinder functions most of the time?
We are a group
I mean,
of
yes.
persistently done damage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some people do like to go for burst, though, like just big numbers that either succeed or fail.
I mean, trust me, I'm a magus. That's all they do is big burst numbers.
All right, so I think that was your whole turn then.
That's my whole
Igora.
turn. Yeah,
And none of those had the manipulate.
none of those Earth Impulse, Kineticist Primal. None of those have the manipulate.
You know what? I think that's fair. All right, then we move
Oh,
on.
also, within 20 feet of me is difficult terrain for all enemies trying to leave my area.
All right.
So, Garl has a hard time walking away now.
Garl sees this magic going on, and they kind of open their mouth wide enough to like growl that they rip some of the bandages off, and
Ugh.
you can see some mismatched teeth in there.
Ew.
This is not Garl's original jaw.
No!
Why wreck a good thing?
She has no lips. How will she get a kiss case?
She has lips.
But not her lips.
Not the same.
How
And
will
just
she get a kiss case?
gonna do a essentially a flurry of blows on Igora.
All right.
38 only.
Uh,
Nat
a,
5.
A 38 is a hit. I'm going to use my reaction, though.
Hmm.
As you hit the armor, some of it's going to turn into sand. I need Garl to make a
Ooh.
DC 33 fort save.
You want Garl to make a fort save.
Yes, listen, I'm using the ability.
Only
Okay.
36.
Okay, success. You're unaffected.
Okay. So that is just going to be, it's not a crit though?
No, it's just a regular
Just
hit.
9 bludgeoning then
Yeah.
as Garl socks you in the face.
Ikura's
and
AC
I have to
right now
roll-
is 36.
I have to roll my electrical. Did not roll over a 10, so Garl is not overcome by her own power. Second attack. 42.
Not a crit, but still a hit for another 9.
9 bludgeoning. Nope, Garl's fine for this round. Third attack. 29.
Miss. Blocked by the
All
armor.
right. She seems to be slowing down a little bit. Something you guys are doing is working. It doesn't have haste anymore, so that's it for Garl. Though, it should be noted, you guys have hipped a few times. Drop in the bucket.
Roll
Yeah.
for
Big HP pull.
roll for persistent damage.
Ah, thank you.
No worries.
What's the check to...
DC 15, straight D20 roll.
Nope. So,
You take 10 damage.
okay.
You got that sticky, acidic stuff.
Benji, it's your turn.
Okay. So I'm gonna look over to Avi, and I whisper,
Big bada boom.
and I'm going to spend all 3 actions in a what's the exact area? 20-foot area burst.
Ooh.
A 20-foot area burst now has this horrible sickly green smog starting to kind of proliferate from the ground, and I need a save. Hold on, let me just pop this in the, just do it the right way. Boom.
Oh boy.
So I need you to give me, I think that's a save you got to make, right? For the poison? For the poison.
Yeah, I think we all have to make that save.
20-foot burst.
20-foot burst. I believe that's around me. Oh no, it's a 20-foot burst in the area I choose with 120 feet. I'm gonna drop it directly on her. I'll still be in there. I don't mind making that save.
Okay. I will have
I mean, you can probably,
don't
like, you
get
can,
a save.
with 120 feet, you can easily position it so just, like, the edge of it catches her, and then it's in the
Oh,
middle
it's
of it
at the
catches
start
no
of
one
your
else.
turn. You just take 2d6 poison damage.
Oh, so there's no save. It's just, oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, it
Okay.
just happens.
So yeah, then what I'll do is I'll put it so that she will be in the left-hand corner of that. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, if she's 5, then that'll move.
Okay.
Yeah, about there.
Yeah.
That entire area will be
So
the
basically,
burst
from there
20.
I'm just gonna say, I'm glad you didn't put them in between the generators.
I mean,
The flammable fumes in arcing electric.
and with Arcane Cascade still on, I still get like a +2 to any damage I'd be doing on my next turn. But that's my turn. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna wait for the best, and I'll be right back.
Charlotte, you're up. There's now a big stinky cloud right behind Garl. You don't know if it's leaking out of her or if Benji did something. It's unclear.
It's delightful. It's one of my favorite things to see. I enjoy poison clouds. That kind of takes my plan out of the woodwork, so let's go with she is within 5 feet of my enemy and is not hostile towards me, correct?
I mean, Garl is very hostile towards you. Garl seems to be hostile to anything living in the room.
Yes, but I mean hostile in the range of a hostility.
She's not threatening you because she's not within 5 feet of you. She's not in range of you.
Cool. So I am going to with my hand outstretched, I'm going to summon Pito, and as it comes out from the little ink onto my finger, I'm going to take a little vial, pop it, and of leaden leg.
Oh.
And that is one action. And I am going to send out the inauspicious Pito to hit the bride.
That will definitely hit.
That
that's
is 10 damage.
10 damage right off the top.
With the additional stages of leaden leg poison
My.
for 6 rounds. First stage is a 1d10 poison damage on top of the 10 damage from the hit.
I'm just... The only way I can not critically succeed the fort save is with a nat 1.
Yep.
Nope. Sorry. It is very hard to poison barbarians.
Yeah.
And keep in mind though, it does not use the poisons DC. It uses her DC because she's a toxicologist.
That's fair. That's a good point.
So what's your class DC, Shar?
33.
Okay, so that's much.
But still.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw the DC 20. I'm like, oh, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah, makes my actual DC.
That was only 2 actions. You have an action remaining.
All right. We'll additionally go ahead and toss out another acid flask bomb. I wish I had something that I could burn all this poison gas with.
It needs to be there for a round anyway.
Yeah.
So.
So I'm going to throw out another bomb, same directional bombing, so I don't hit anybody.
All right. Roll that. Oh.
42.
Nice.
And then revamping with the 11 persistent acid. And then the additional 2 sticky. So that'll be the next turn around. We'll get re-hit with the persistent acid, and that will be 13.
Yeah. You've almost got her down to 300.
Delightful! Well, it's 9 o'clock. What are we going to do here?
Speaking of, Avi, it's your turn.
Yeah, alright. So, you mentioned that a magical attack will shut down the generators. So I am sitting right in my little corner, going to do a 2-action magic missile and do 1 bolt to each of the remaining generators.
Oh, look at you being clever, Clogs.
I try my best.
What level, by the by? Like,
this is going to be a level 3.
Okay. Yeah, so remind me, Avi, what does your magic missile look like?
You see Avi cast little runes in the air and just sort of like push through it.
Ooh.
And a dart of light shoots out towards whatever is the target of the magic missile.
You see them, they arc through and they disappear from sight for a minute, going through the cloud. Because they're force damage, they don't ignite the cloud. And it's like a light in fog. You can see them sort of going a little bit. And then each of them strike the generators. They knock them out. And with both the generators knocked out, a lot of the arcing lightning that's surrounding Garl just disappears, sputters out, and she's like winding up for another big punch or something, or she's like eyeing Igra with the look in her eye saying, I'm gonna hit a fool with a fool. But then as the electricity goes away, she just kind of like falls to her knees and just kind of slumps there. She still seems to be moving a little bit, like, you know, there's like an idle animation a little bit, but she's no longer like raging. The light seems to have dimmed in her eyes, and from the ruins of one of these tables, the doctor finally gets to her feet, runs over and says, "Oh, my sweet creation, what have they done to you? Oh, it's okay. I'm here. And she pulls out some sort of like shiny stick from her belt that's inscribed with like stars and planets and stuff, and snaps it, and a glowing portal full of stars opens up underneath her and the bride, and they just fall into it, and then it snaps shut.
Nimbus would not condone this. I know what you're doing. I know what that symbolism is.
It was a gift from a friend.
Actually, she might a little bit.
It was a gift from a friend. But yeah, you guys have solved the mystery of the Bride of Terror and the Tower of Thunder and Love.
And you know,
of love and
true love does require just a little bit
so much of this
a fireball.
No!
They're already gone. They're already gone. I'm just blowing it up. So no
Will,
one
what
else
are
sees
you
your
doing up in
technology.
that corner?
Having fun with the new.
He's
feature.
creating an alchemy circle. He's gonna try and bring someone back.
You can't. I've just blown this whole place to hell.
Benji,
Because-
play with me.
What?
This is neat.
Will, you have one joke. Stop it.
If one
You
Full
beat
Metal
that dead chimera to death.
And
like
also-
Scar.
Okay, so 44 plus 37, 81 damage to nothing, just to nothing. As we
here's the
leave,
thing.
I don't even look
Hold
around.
on. You blow a hole and it cracks the floor, and underneath, in this spider web of these black cables and electric metal coils and stuff, in the center of it all, seemingly as part of the thing powering all this, you find a bluish crystal with an orange glow inside of it. And you guys have found an ever-burning crystal that is one of the necessary ingredients for the purification ritual.
Look at us go.
Oh, look at us helping Mercedes.
Though I'm going to need everyone who can to give me an Arcana check.
Oh, I can do that.
I can't.
Because of my
I got a
schooling.
dummy thick Arcana.
Because of Igro's schooling, he's a master in Arcana, but he has a -1 to intelligence, so it's like...
Let's see. Actually, well, Igra, there, just as the final note on this, something about this whole situation seems kind of funny, and you're like, something about I'm getting a weird, like, extraplanar smell about all this. Like, whatever's going on here didn't belong here.
That was weird.
And that's where we're going to end things with our Halloween extravaganza tonight. We'll return to our regularly scheduled adventure the next time we come back to the Strength of Thousands.
Continue on our way.
It's very possible you should treat none of this, other than maybe getting the crystal, as canon.
Oh, but I
Or-
want those
For a
beakers.
reason.
Can the beakers be canon, Matthew?
Yo, speakers are totally canon. You get Erlenmeyer flasks and everything.
Beautiful.
Delicious.
All right.
Delicious.
Well, everyone,
So many.
thank you all so much for coming to tonight's episode of the Strength of Thousands Adventure Path here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. Don't forget to check out our many other shows here on the channel, like Wild Ambition on Wednesday and The Astral Calling on Friday. Otherwise, thank you all so much for coming. And Althaven is online, so we're going to go and raid them, because they are pretty good people. So, go say hi to Althaven while I get ready for bed. Have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night, everyone.